Yeah, I saw them too. But phylloxera, rapidly spread right around the nation, right around the globe. South Africa has it, South America has it, New Zealand has it, Australia has it.
In one state?
2 states, New South Wales and Victoria. Quarantine protocols were put in Australia very rigorously and very early to combat it.
Up to the Riverland, and you have the quarantine area there that you have to... Does that happen going from South Australia? I've never driven through South Australia too.
Yeah.
I thought there would be.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be a bit more regimented than the one going through to the Riverland.
You cannot transport agricultural equipment from Victoria to South Australia without them being fumigated.
Yeah. They actually have a permanent check there? Or?
Yep.
Yeah. The one going into the Riverland is not a permanent check. They only check it during the high seasons.
Same with Western Australia. You cannot transport any machinery at all without it being high pressure fumigated. All machinery in and out has to be fumigated.
Yeah.
Put in a container, locked up and fumigated. Everything dies.
Yeah, so then, because going into the Riverland, we're not allowed to take any fruit.
Yep.
A lot of big fines.
The wine, well, it stops you taking fruit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you've got to do. You've got to impose big fines to stop people breaking the law and taking fruit in. That's what you need to do. Border security at Auckland and Wellington. If someone comes in with an apple from Australia...
$400.
$400 is not enough. Big fine. That'll stop you doing it again. Be responsible.
Now, there's phylloxera in America, but it doesn't affect the vines because they just happen to get along in that. So, in that same respect.
Okay, that's a good question. If you planted own-rooted vines in America, they would die. I'll tell you a story about America, particularly the Napa Valley. When the Napa Valley was originally being planted, they decided to use a rootstock called AXR1, which was a hybrid rootstock which had some parentage of Vitis vinifera, which you're all familiar with, is the European wine variety. Plus, it had parentage of the American rootstocks. So it was a blend of Vitis vinifera, Vitis riparia. There was a lot of high-profile viticulturists and wine gurus said to them, don't do it. Don't use AXR1 because it has vinifera in it. And they said, she'll be right, mate. Phylloxera doesn't like it. And they said, well, it doesn't like it yet. And everyone said, no, that's fine, we're using it. So most of the Napa Valley was planted using AXR1. And everything was going swimmingly well. And Napa was booming until phylloxera mutated. And we ended up with biotype B. Guess what it liked? AXR1. And it just ravaged them.
How long did it take for them to change to liking that?
I couldn't give you a time frame, but it wasn't long. And all of a sudden the vineyards in Napa started dying. It almost spelt the end for viticulture in the Napa, because people then had to rip everything out and start again.
So in that same sense, is there phylloxera in the Hunter Valley, but it's just not touching the vines?
No, there's no phylloxera there.
In the ground.
No. We've got plenty of other pests there which are killing our vines, but not the phylloxera. We've got an insect called fig longicorn, which produces a grub which is about this long, and it tunnels into the vine and hollows it out for us. Yeah, it's really useful. It's indigenous to the Hunter Valley. It's only found, the only place in the world where it's found is the Hunter Valley.
Probably that is like
phylloxera.
Or the air might actually have, it might have smelly farts or something. It might do something to the air localised around vines. That
phylloxera doesn't like food, it's a sticky place.
I'll have to
Investigate.
it might
investigate
give off a
that.
gas or like another bug might give. That's
That's it, huh? Fig longicorn.
No, I've got some ideas about sulphur.
That's
Salt.
busted.
But
Yeah, it's the
Might got
farts.
better.
Phylloxera is a bit snobby, so she doesn't like stinky places.
Well, the thing is that we only have, in Australia and New Zealand, we only have the ground-dwelling phylloxera. We don't have the leaf galls. We don't have the flight stage of phylloxera. And that being, the reason being is because phylloxera can't live on vinifera leaves. Phylloxera can only live on Vitis rupestris, or American species leaves. If we grew the American species, then they could potentially form the galls on the leaves, and then we'd have the...
Don't you grow your American species too?
Yeah, in rootstock nurseries.
Even outside, like in the classic backyard grapes that you got, usually they're all Labrusca.
Yeah, but they're all full of virus too. If you look at all these classic varieties that the nurseries are selling, the ornamental grapevines,
Yeah.
why do ornamental grapevines look so beautiful in autumn? Because they're full of virus.
That's why they go red.
Yeah, that's why they go red,
Leaf rot.
because they're full of virus.
But why the phylloxera doesn't live on those then?
Don't know.
Because that's a risk.
All the when you drive around town and you see all these beautiful autumn colours on these ornamental grapevines, all you're looking at is a vine that's full of virus. And what we're doing is propagating more vines full of virus and spreading it around the world.
That's the same thing that they do with poinsettia. When it turns red, it's because it's dying plant. It's a virus that turns it red, and everybody's got it for Christmas. Oh, it looks so nice. It's dying. It's nice.
We're just perpetuating the spread of the disease.
This disease looks good.
Yeah, this looks good.
The wine industry becomes severely challenged during the 17th and 18th centuries by other sources of excessive indulgence, hard liquor, beer, ale, tobacco, etc. Absolutely. The wine industry has been challenged for many times over all different methods or different drinks. Hard liquor is still outselling wine by enormous volumes.
Wine's how classy people get drunk.
If you think we sell more wine than spirits, you are dreaming. Do you think Constellation, who is the biggest wine distributor in the world, do you think that wine is their biggest market? No. Spirits are. Pernod Ricard bought Montana. Why? Wasn't for the wine. It was because of the spirits that they had. The spirit market is massive.
Is that Allied Dominic?
It was Allied Domecq back then, and Allied Domecq had some very classy spirits. Spirits are massive. What do the kids drink?
TD.
RTDs, spirits.
Bourbon.
Bourbon and Coke, mate.
What do they drink in Russia?
Vodka slammers and things like that, you know?
Cruises.
Cruisers.
Jack Daniels and Red Bull.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds.
Sounds revolting.
It is.